morning, Generations Church and beyond. Hope you are well. Good morning, band. Oh, good morning. It is good to see you, and I can officially say Happy Christmas. It is Advent, and we are now allowed, and we are very excited. We're getting a bit festive this morning with some of our stuff, so we hope you have a great time with us, and we're just really believing that this morning God is going to do something incredible in your life. So why not just get yourself ready for what God wants to do? We have this morning the fabulous Ritchie speaking in a little while. And I've got strepsil in because my throat's been going bad, this morning. So that's why I kind of can't talk properly. But I just want to say we are just so excited about this Christmas season as a church. And we want to make sure you know exactly what is going on throughout this month of December so you can get involved. So why don't we keep watching the screens and go to Generations News.
Good morning, Generations Church, and welcome to the news.
So, we have part 2 of our game this morning.
What's under the Santa hat? I feel like we need a jingle.
Yeah, that would be Paul's department, I feel.
It would. Pushing it a bit though now for time, aren't we?
Yeah.
Shall we get on with the game?
Okay, so there are 3 items under the hats, and it's your turn to guess, Diane. Okay,
I might show myself up.
Well, you'll be alright. You'll be alright.
Come on.
Okay, so the first item under the first hat is, I'm going to nick one of your clues, it's something you eat on the run up to Christmas.
Well, I know you love Christmas pudding, so is it Christmas pudding?
It's not Christmas pudding, but it does have raisins in it, so there's your second clue.
Is it a mince pie?
It is a mince pie! Well done! Have a reveal there, guy.
Beautiful! There you go, people. Mince pie.
Mince pie, yes.
Lovely. Okay, hat number 2. I'm on one for one.
Hat number 2. Okay, your first clue for hat number 2 is it's something that is folded.
Something is folded. The Christmas tablecloth. If anybody has a Christmas tablecloth.
It's not a Christmas tablecloth, but that's a good guess.
A Christmas jumper. You fold them when you put them away.
Also a good guess, but not the one.
Oh.
You give them out to people.
A Christmas card.
A Christmas card! Well done.
Oh, lovely. Look at that. Oh, today I'm lovelies. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, the third and final hat then. You can put something, you can stuff it.
A turkey.
Not a turkey. That would be impressive if I'd have fitted.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Come on, can't right think
What
about
else
this.
can you stuff?
Your face. Is it a picture of your face?
I like it. Some creative answers here. Okay, second clue then. You can hang it up.
Christmas stocking.
A Christmas stocking. Well done. Oh, it's hanging.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Yeah. Excellent.
Fantastic.
Well, 3 for you. Got 3 for 3, and I got 3 for 3.
Absolutely.
We're just too good at this game, obviously.
Brilliant. So we have plenty of festive fun coming up. Lots of Christmas announcements. So let's get on with the news. Today at 4 p.m. we are going to be doing a big fun Christmas quiz. So if you want to be a part of that, all you have to do is sign in via the Generations Church app. Just click on it at 4 o'clock, it'll take you to a Zoom link and you can join in with that. It's going to be great fun. We're going to be doing household versus household, just some great fun Christmassy quiz rounds. So join us for that today at 4 p.m. This year we obviously couldn't have our normal AGM in person, but we are going to have an online version on Zoom. That's going to take place on Monday at 8 till 9 p.m. So if you are a member of Generations, if you're a partner with us, then make sure that you are signed up to that. You have to register. You can do it via the church app. So because that's on, there will also be no prayer meeting on Monday night. So join us instead for the AGM at 8 p.m.
Next Sunday at 4 p.m, that's the 13th of December, we have our carol service, and it's going to be an amazing service where we have Jay John speaking, and we will be having a lot of time devoted to singing some carols from the comfort of your own home, and they will be done by Compassion, and there will be some done by us as Generations Church as well. We have a leaflet for the carol service out on our Facebook page, so make sure that you comment on it, make sure that you share it, and invite all those lovely people out there that you know so that they can hear all about the love of Jesus this Christmas.
Then on the 20th of December, we have our big family Christmas. So that service is going to take place normal time, but it's going to be packed full of stuff for the children. We're going to include a Christmas story and Christmas wars and all sorts of other stuff. So make sure that you tune into that on the 20th of December.
And on the 27th of December, that'll be our final service of the year, we have our Thanksgiving service. So if you have a testimony that you think you can squeeze into 2 minutes and you would be willing to come down to Cannon Street to film it, then please speak to Joe Reed because we love to give thanks to God for all the things he has done this year.
So that's all from us today, Generations Church.
We hope you enjoy the rest of the service. It's going to be good. We've got Mark Ritchie speaking in a little bit, haven't we? So we hope you enjoy.
Good stuff. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I think I might just, tuck it.
Oh yeah, why not? Yeah.
Fantastic. Hope you are all keeping up to date with what is going on. Well, we are going to start our Advent today, and what we want to do in the next few weeks is put a few things in for our kids. We love the fact that we are multi-generational as a church, and we love our younger viewers. We absolutely think you are fantastic. Hope you're being really good. Hope you're getting really excited. I know that my two are a little bit, so I hope that you are just getting ready for Christmas. And I know it's really different at the moment, and normally we would be doing like loads of Christmassy things down at church, but we don't want, just because we're online, it to be any different. So I want you this year to know where everything began. The whole story of Christmas began, and most of you may think that you know about it, but I want to show you again this morning where the story all began. So if you sit back, get your cup of tea, your chocolate bar. If your parents haven't given you one, then ask them for one. And why don't you sit back and why don't you watch this, which tells us where everything began.
It begins in Bethlehem, a nativity rhyme for Christmas time. A woman called Mary was doing her chores when an angel arrived, but not through the doors. He simply appeared, and she dropped to the floor. "Hello, Mary," he said. "God is with you." "God is with me," she wondered. "But what does that mean? What's this all about? Is it some kind of dream?" The angel just smiled. "Don't be scared. Please don't scream. God is happy with you and will bless you. God knocks down the proud and lifts up the meek, and does mighty things for those who are weak, and blesses the ones whose service he seeks. So sing out his praise. He's amazing. You'll soon have a baby," the angel went on. "A quite special baby called Jesus, God's son. The heir of King David. He'll sit on his throne, and his kingdom will last forever." "But how?" Mary asked. "I don't understand. I'm engaged to be wed, but he's not yet my man." "Trust God," said the angel. "He's got it all planned. His spirit will come upon you." All night Joseph tossed, all night Joseph turned. He just couldn't sleep. He'd only just learned that Mary was pregnant. What's more, she'd confirmed that the baby she bore was not his. "Joseph, don't worry. Joseph, don't weep. Lay down your head and go back to sleep. Mary's been faithful. Her love's strong and deep, and her baby is God's own son. He's the answer to all that the prophets have said, so keep your engagement, be glad, and be wed." And when Joseph woke up, that's just what he did. He took Mary to be his wife. 1 hump, 2 humps. The star watchers watched the stars go by, looking for secrets in the sky. And then they saw a special star away in the west, away off far. "A king's been born, that's what it means, Judea way, or so it seems." They climbed aboard their camely beasts and set off west from their homes back east. 1 hump, 2 humps, lumpity lump. The star watchers went with a bump and a thump. 1 hump, 2 humps, lumpity lump. The star watchers followed the star. At last their journey came to an end. They parked their camels in Jerusalem. Then they went to Herod, king of the nation, to ask him for some information. "O king," they asked, they were quite polite, "somewhere round here on this starry night, a brand new baby king abides. Can you tell us where this child resides?" "Star Watcher's friends," King Herod smiled, "in Bethlehem you'll find the child. Would you tell me where you find him, please? The exact address would put my mind at ease." Herod, of course, told them a lie. He'd already planned for the child to die. When he found the boy, that's what he'd do, so the Star Watchers left without a clue. The shining star led them to the place, a simple house, not some fancy space. And when they saw the little boy, they gave him a pile of special toys. Presents, rather, fit for a king. A bunch of shiny golden things, a spice called myrrh, a sort of perfume, while smelling frankincense filled the room. Then in the night, they had a dream that showed them Herod's evil scheme. So they never said where the boy's house lay, but went straight home by another way. 1 hump, 2 humps, lumpity-lump. The Star Watchers went with a bump and a thump. 1 hump, 2 humps, lumpity-lump. The Star Watchers followed the star. So what is the point of angels and shepherds and camels and stars, you say? Is it just a nice story to tell to the children to celebrate Christmas Day? It's not just a story. It's not just for kids. It's the hinge on which history swings. That Bethlehem baby grew into a man who challenged all powers and kings. He taught us that love is better than hate, that serving beats being in charge. He showed us the value of each human life, the little as well as the large. And then on a cross, he died for us all, died to take all our wrongs away, and walked 3 days later right out of his tomb to turn death's dark night to day. And that is the good news the angels proclaimed. The heart of all Jesus would do. A new life for now, a new life forever. That's his Christmas present to you.
Well, we're going to come and we are going to begin to worship this morning. And so wherever you are, we're going to get a bit festive with our worship. We're going to come and we're going to give our all to Jesus this morning. We've just heard about he was the one who gave his all to us. And this morning, as we worship God together, my prayer is that the burdens maybe that we have carried this year, the things that maybe have brought us low this year, will begin to lift off us as we begin to give our praise and our worship to the one who deserves it, to the one who was there when it all began. The Bible says in John chapter 1 that when God created the world, that Jesus was there, and then he came, and he came as a baby, and he came so that he could bring freedom for us, so that he could lift our burdens, and so that he could do what it is we need him to do this morning so that we can live free. So why don't you get to your feet? We're going to sing one of our favorite Christmas songs, and he talks about God reigning forever. And so we're going to come, we're going to worship the King this morning as we sing. Let's go. In the bleak midwinter, all creation groans for a world in darkness, frozen like a stone. The light is breaking in a stable for the throne, and he shall reign forevermore, forevermore. He shall reign, and he shall Over everything today. Over everything, Jesus reigns. Over everything. He's our way maker. Even when we don't see it, He's working. We're going to sing this morning about the one who created a way where there was no way. His name is Jesus. You are here. You're moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. You're the way maker. Come on. For you are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. It's the waymaker.
You are
Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You are here, you're touching every heart. I worship you, I worship you. You are here, healing every heart. I worship you, I worship you. You are here. You are here, turning lives around. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, mending every heart. I worship you. I worship you. For you are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Oh, for you are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. He's the waymaker. Come on, let's declare it.
You are
Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. That is who you are.
that is who you are.
That is who you are.
That is who
Come on,
you
let's
are.
declare it. That is who you are.
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 I want to read you these words this morning from the book of Isaiah. They're words that talk about Jesus, talk about the one we're singing about this morning. And it says this in chapter 9. The people walking in darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of deep darkness, a light has dawned. You have enlarged the nation and increased their joy. They rejoice before you as people rejoice at the harvest, as warriors rejoice when dividing the plunder. And here we go, verse 6. For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the greatness of his government and peace there will be no end. He will reign on David's throne and over his kingdom, establishing and upholding it with justice and with righteousness from that time on and forevermore. this morning, Generations Church. I don't know where you are right now. I don't know how you're feeling, but I want to tell you that in this world, kingdoms rise and kingdoms fall. Governments rise and governments fall. But there is one who will never fall. There is one who will never fail. There is one who will always be the light in the darkness, and his name is Jesus Christ. And sometimes, even when we can't see it, he's working. When we can't feel it, he's doing things on our behalf. So come on this morning, we're going to declare who he is. We're going to declare in our lives that at times when we can't see it, he's working. Come on, let's sing. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Come on, let's hear you, waymaker. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Come on, he's the waymaker. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. He's the waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Oh, we declare it, Jesus. We praise your name, God. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Oh, come, let us. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Come on, oh, come, let us. And oh, to God.
Glory to God in the highest.
Oh, come, let us adore Him.
Oh, come, let us adore Him. Oh, come, let us adore Him. Christ the Lord.
Oh, come, let us.
Oh, come, let us adore.
We adore you, God.
Oh, come, let us adore Him. Oh, come, let us adore Him. Christ the Lord.
Yes.
Great words. Oh, come, let us adore Him. When you hear it sung and performed like that, worship team, guys, what other choices there? Oh, come, let us adore Him. Amazing, amazing words. And it would seem that across the nation, not just in our church this morning, people are getting on board now with celebrating Christmas. They reckon this year earlier than any other year. Maybe that's the lockdown factor and people wanting to have something to look forward to. I was looking at the charts, the UK top 40 charts this week. Sometimes I feel a little bit old to be checking out the charts. And then I had this refreshing blast as I looked at the charts this week. Some old Christmas favourites that you may not have heard for a while, but maybe you listen to just at Christmas time when you get out your old songs and CDs. In the top 10 this week, does anybody know what was number 3 in the charts this week? From 1986, Wham! Last Christmas. Unbelievable. And then from the 90s, 1994, the year that I moved into Louth, Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas, number 2 in the charts. People really getting on board with the Christmas spirit. I don't know if the guy I'm going to introduce now is going to give you much Christmas cheer, but I know he's going to give you a lot to laugh about. This guy is amazing. He's the guy who's known in our household by my kids as the guy who's funnier than Daddy. What more need I say? Generations Church, will you please this morning give a good old Generations and Beyond Church welcome to Pastor Mark Ritchie.
Hey everyone! Hope you have an amazing Christmas this year. Hope you like my t-shirt. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell, rock. See what it's good, right? Rock, good. I absolutely love Christmas. My name is Mark Ritchie and I'm a Scottish guy that absolutely loves Christmas. One of my favourite Christmas stories of all time, I don't know if it's true, but it's a great story, and that is that a guy told me that his granddad last year basically was like, oh, I don't know what to get their grandkids for Christmas, all the newfangled toys and stuff, I don't know. And I said, oh, it's okay, Grandad, why don't you just write them a cheque? It's cool, it's fine. So Grandad did. He wrote all the grandkids out a cheque, he bought some cards, and he wrote the cards out, and great, he sent the cards off. All was good. But Grandad, he didn't really notice, but it's a bit frosty between Grandad and the grandkids. He couldn't really work out exactly what was happening. And then on the 3rd of January, he found out, because he went into his study, he picked up a newspaper, and what was under the newspaper was the actual cheques. He'd forgot to send the cheques in the card. So all the grandkids got was a card that says, Merry Christmas from Grandpa. And then it said, P.S. Buy your own presents. I love that. Buy your own presents. Imagine the grandkids just being like, oh, Grandad, you boss. That's the spirit of Christmas right there, isn't it? I love that. I love that. Now, I have not had any opportunity to speak with Boris Johnson, but if I did speak to Boris, I would have told him, Boris, listen, have Christmas in September. That's what you need to do. Move it forward. Move Christmas forward. Because what will happen is the whole of the UK will stuff themselves with Brussels sprouts, and then social distancing will not be a problem. You don't need to worry about the 2-meter rule, not after a load of Brussels sprouts. Oh, if you know what I'm saying. I know there's some people going, I don't understand, because you've never eaten a load of Brussels sprouts. That's your problem. Oh, and those of us that have, we know the story. But I love Christmas. And I don't know if you have heard, but one of the trends of Christmas 2020 is upside down Christmas trees. I don't know, have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Yes, Christmas trees that, guess what, are upside down. And when I was looking at this, I was thinking, wow, this is a bit weird. I really felt a bit baffled by it. But one of the things that somebody said that really caught my attention was, well, it kind of works. An upside down Christmas tree for an upside down year. And I thought, yeah, do you know what? That is true. I'm sure your year has been like mine and everybody's. It's just been such an unusual, crazy year. So upside down. Everything kind of like not in the right place and just very, very weird. I'm a pretty messy guy. I'll be honest with you, right? I'm a pretty messy guy, and basically, like, sometimes I leave my trousers on the floor in the bed. Now I know, you're judging me, and I know that you're probably very tidy, but sometimes I leave my trousers on the side of the bed, on the floor there, and and my wife will, in a loving way, she will encourage me to get my act together. She'll remind me of my age in a sort of kind of way. Do you have a wife or a husband that does that? They remind you just how old you are. She reminds me of my age and tells me to get those trousers on the coat hanger. And I don't know if you've ever done this, but when you put in your jeans or your trousers into the coat hanger, sometimes, because you've turned the trousers upside down, coins or notes will fall out and they'll all fall onto the carpet. And it's interesting. That's like an interesting picture. When you turn things upside down, you lose things of value. Things of value drop out when they get turned upside down. And I feel like that about 2020. As our year has been turned upside down, as it's all felt a bit crazy, we've kind of lost things that we value. We've some things have dropped out of our lives that we actually hold dear to us. Some of them are just daft, silly things. Like, let me tell you one of mine. One of the things that's dropped out of my life is going to the football. I love going to the football. My team is Nottingham Forest. Why are people booing? No, why are you booing? And my team are Nottingham Forest, and I love going to see them. And, I told you earlier that I'm Scottish, and my Scotland, beautiful, beautiful Scotland football team have got into the Euros. We got into the Euros, first time for 22 years. And I was gutted because I wasn't able to celebrate with my mate Ian. Because if I was celebrating with my mate Ian, we'd be doing the typical Scottish thing and jumping up and down and headbutting each other in the face and, just the lovely Scottish things that happen. And it's like, I've kind of, something I value is out my life. And that's just a daft little thing. But maybe there are other things that have dropped out of our life, things that we value in this upside down year. We've maybe lost a holiday or a special event or an anniversary. Maybe this is an even tougher one for us, is that we've maybe lost people that we value. Maybe just, in this upside down year, maybe there are some that are watching this now, and some people have slipped out of your life because of this difficult trial of a year. Yeah, it's been an upside down year. And I think again about that Christmas tree, the upside down Christmas tree. It's like one of the big things that fascinates me about it is that the star would be at the bottom of the tree. That's not right. The star should be at the top of the tree. And now, with the upside down Christmas tree, is the star at the bottom? Ah, man. But I was thinking about that. And I was thinking, it's fascinating. Because when we think about the Christmas story, when we think about what this whole Christmas event is about, that God sent his son, Jesus. See, in John chapter 3 and verse 16, the Bible says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have eternal life." God sent Jesus as a tiny little baby. But wow, the star of heaven, Jesus Christ, the Son of God, the star of heaven, the superstar of heaven, the superstar of the universe, Jesus, was not the star on the top of the tree. He was the star on the bottom of the tree. He came as a little baby in a stinking stable with animals around and dirty straw. He was born in a manger. No fanfare, no Instagram kind of selfies. It was like, so humble and so backstreet. The star was not at the top of the tree. The star of heaven was at the bottom of the tree. And interesting that not only was the star at the bottom of the tree, that this story that God had written, where Jesus would come, the awesome Son of God would come and become nothing and become lowly and actually be born. He would grow up and they would actually pin Jesus to the tree. Now we're not talking about the star at the bottom of the tree or the star. We're actually talking that they pinned Jesus to the tree. They stuck him on a cross. And that was the gift. And many people say to me, what is this gift that God has given? But Jesus, he absolutely came and was pinned to the cross. He came to turn our world the right way up. Jesus came lowly as the bottom, the star at the bottom of the tree. He came, everything was upside down. He came and he was pinned to the tree, and he did all so that we, Mark Ritchie, you who's listening now, our lives could be turned the right way up. Wow. You see, in this upside down world, God's heart for you is that you would be turned up the right way. Turned the right way up. Wow. And what is that? Well, let me tell you what that is. It is our mess, our rubbish, our garbage being behind us. The Bible's got a word for it, and it calls it sin. All the stuff that we've done, our regrets, the things that we're not very excited about, the things that we're a little bit like ashamed of, and our regrets and things where we know we've done wrong. Jesus says, I want you to live the right way up, and that stuff is now behind you. Wow, I've met a lot of people that keep on tripping over their stuff. They've got their stuff and they keep on falling over it. They can't move on with their life because of the stuff that they keep on tripping over. But Jesus says, I have come. I died on the cross so that you could live the right way up. And that is with your stuff behind you, your sin behind you. Not only that, but living life the right way up means that you have got your fears and your doubts, your fears and your doubts under your feet. under your feet. No longer fears kind of like in your head and kind of overpowering you, but your fears under your feet. And finally, to live life the right way up is to have God at the top of the tree. God is the boss. He's the Lord. He's the top one. He's the one where we say, can I serve you? We want to live our life the right way up. Then, wow, Jesus made it all possible at the cross that our sin would be behind us, our fears and doubts would be under our feet, and that God would be at the boss, living life the right way up. Amazing. And that is possible for every single one of us. God's kingdom, an upside down kingdom, so that we could live a life the right way up. And wow, in a moment, I'm going to give us an opportunity. I'm going to pray a little prayer at the end. And I'm going to say to you that, friend, in this crazy year where it's all felt upside down and when it's all felt like, wow, it's just been so weird. In this very year, the Christmas 2020, we could actually accept Christ and we could live our lives the right way up. Wow. Incredible. But I wanted to kind of finish by telling you a story that happened to me a couple of years ago. I got the massive opportunity to go to Australia, and I went to the Gold Coast, and it was incredible. And these waves were so big and powerful, and the surfers were surfing on them. It was a great, great time. And I wanted to go in the sea. I wanted to go in. And I got my chance to go in. And these waves were huge. And I promise you that what happened is that one of these massive, enormous waves absolutely set me for six. It knocked me off my feet, and it was like I was in a complete spin. My hands and my feet were all over the place. I was in a proper tailspin. It felt like I was in a washing machine. I didn't know for a moment. I was so spluttering and caught. I didn't know which way was up and which way was down. It was the most horrendous, disorientating feeling because I didn't know where I was to scrabble to, because I didn't know which way was up and which way was down. And you know, friend, I believe that many people who are watching this now, in this upside down year, 2020 has hit you like a wave, and you have been in a tailspin. And our emotions and our feelings and everything has been such a crazy year. And we don't know which way's up and which way is down. And we're absolutely all over the place. And I want to speak to you right now if that's you. You're here, you're watching this and you're thinking, Mark, you're right. I feel like I'm in that wave right now. Everything's spinning round. I don't know which way's up and which way's down. You know, when I was in that wave in Australia, I was desperately scrabbling around with my hands and my feet just to hit a little bit of solid ground. And wow, there it is. I had this moment where my foot touched the ground. And wow, suddenly I knew which way was up and down. And right now, friend, there's an opportunity for you, as you're watching this right now, that your foot would touch the rock that is Jesus Christ. The rock that is Jesus Christ, that we can stand on the rock. Wow, on Christ the solid rock I stand. All other ground is sinking sand. And it's like, wow, suddenly you can get on the rock and you can be like, now I can live my life the right way up. God, you're in charge. Yeah, it's all happening around me, but my mess is behind me. My fears are under my feet. And God, you are above me. You're in charge. I want to pray a prayer. I believe that there are many people watching this now, and you want to live your life the right way up. Then as I pray this prayer, why don't you pray it in your heart? You could just pray it quietly. As I pray, this is the prayer. God, thank you that you sent Jesus, that you gave us this gift at Christmas time. I'm sorry for my rubbish. And as you forgive me, may I live my life the right way up. my sin behind me, my fears underneath me, and oh God, you above me. I receive your forgiveness. I thank you for your love. I just want to stand on that solid rock, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. Well, God bless you. Well done for praying that prayer. And I just want to believe that this will be one of the most amazing Christmases for you this year. God bless.
So, guys, if you didn't get the message, you can always rewind it and you can watch it again in your own time. But that was an awesome message from Pastor Mark Ritchie. Really, really enjoyed that. Just a couple of things to say then before we come to the end of our service. The first one is that if you haven't yet booked in for tomorrow evening's AGM, we would love to encourage you to do that. That will be tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. online. If you go to the church website or the church app and you can book and make sure that you book a place on that, we would love to just update you not only on how this last year has gone, but the future vision for Generations Church. And secondly, it is really great for me to be able to say that at the end of this service, you don't need to run away straight away because we've got a final little bonus for you. So this week, just in case you hadn't heard and you didn't know, we're going to hand over to Christmas Roulette. So Generations Church, have a fantastic week. My name's Matthew Reed. I'm English. Have a great week and we look forward to seeing you again next week. Take care.
Christmas roulette, Christmas roulette. Spin the spinner, which one will you get? Christmas roulette.
Good morning and welcome to Christmas Roulette.
Hey, Christmas roulette.
We have our mascots here, so we've got Jessie and the amazing Pumice.
So is Jesse one of our mascots also?
Yeah, holding the other mascot, Pumice.
Pumice. Do you know, he lost out on the news,
News reject, yeah.
but it's our gain. You know, Pumice is here.
Good job,
Is it?
Thomas.
Good job, Pumice.
So, we're going to be doing 2 Christmas roulettes, the first of which is going to be on Christmas chocolates.
Christmas chocolates. We all need a bit of Christmas chocolates, don't we?
We do,
It's part of
indeed.
Christmas, isn't it? The Christmas chocolates. So, what have we got for today? Well, here they are. We have got, should we go for number 1? It's quite a standard classic one, isn't it? It's the Quality Street. Does everyone like a bit of Quality Street?
Yeah.
Out of the 4, this is my least favourite.
Is it?
No, it's the best.
Jessie likes it best.
Jesse, I like.
But I do have to say, I like the green triangles.
Green
They're my
triangle.
favourite.
I like the purpley caramel kind of with a hazelnut. What about you, Jesse? Do you have a
Green
favourite?
triangles.
Green
Green triangle.
triangles, yeah.
Did they still make a bigger one of that?
No, well, I haven't seen them for a while.
No. Because they did do that big green triangle, a big purple thing, didn't they?
Yeah.
Let us know if they do. What else have we got? We've got along the same lines.
Cadbury's roses. Now, you'll notice if you can see the board, we've got 3 of each chocolate. 1 roses because Paul ate the other one we had. So
It was very nice. Very
Told him
nice
not
it
to.
was. Very nice.
Well,
No,
yeah,
you
yeah,
told me
yeah.
afterwards. You told me afterwards, as I went to eat this one, you told me not to.
oh, had you already eaten the other one by then?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's that. So we got roses. Do you like roses?
Yeah, again, not my favourite out of the 4.
They've got.
I'm not as familiar with them, I don't think. I
No.
don't know all the flavours of roses.
Well, this is a signature truffle. Got a big bag, haven't they? I think that's just to fill out the gap.
Oh, yeah.
Right, let's go on to
Good.
some of probably the big favourites here. We have got the celebrations, the Mars celebrations, famous for the bounty in their advent calendar over the last 2 years, hasn't it? Where they did 2 bounties on the first day and the second day.
Yeah, they got a lot of flack for that. Now,
Yeah,
I
they
don't know
did.
what's left in your tub of celebrations, what gets left at the end. Snickers is always left, I find, at the end.
I like Snickers.
I'm not saying you,
You
don't
always
like
end
it.
up with a bit of nut in the back of your gum, but I do like it.
Bounty, often a controversial one.
I like bounty.
But there is, whatever you have left at the end, everybody eats the same ones first, and that is
They
the
do.
Maltesers.
The Maltesers, wherever. If we ever have them youth, you've got to get in quick because the Maltesers always go in
Or at
first.
home.
And not at home.
I've actually, funny enough, this morning when I was going around the shop, I saw you can actually buy now a box of just the Maltesers ones.
Really?
Yeah.
But I think that negates it. do you know, I feel that kind of,
Loses the fun.
It does. It loses the fun of celebrations just having the Maltesers one.
What's your favourite celebration, Jessie?
Maltesers.
Maltesers is your favourite. But these are your least favourite on the board, aren't they? The celebrations, you said.
Mars.
The Mars ones, yeah. And finally, we have got good old Cadbury's, the British, back in there again. With the heroes.
Yeah, I like a bit of heroes.
I was well glad when they brought in the Dinky Deckers the other year. I love a double decker. Me. So yeah, we've got the heroes. Are you a heroes or are you a celebrations person as your number one? Commenting. Which one? And also,
or
which
roses or quality streets. Some people might like that.
I know, but they're like on a comparison, and these are the comparison. But which one's your overall favourite? Shall we find out what we're going to be eating on Christmas Day? Obviously, next week you can only have one of these, and for Christmas, whatever you buy someone, if you normally buy these for those people who are kind of near to you but not so near, then buy the whichever one, buy it for them.
I think Thomas likes the roses.
Thomas's favourites is the roses.
Okay,
Ooh.
on with the spin.
Let's spin. Okay, so we've got our guest spinner today, Jessie. One of our mascots is going to do the spin. So, church, join us, count us in. Ready to spin. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, it's the celebrations! Surely loads of people's favourites. I've got the Snickers, we got the Mars, you've got the Bounty, and also the Maltesers. Church, go out and get them. Next week, have them in your house. Let's go and sell out those supermarkets. The great Mars celebrations as one. Well, sorry about that, church. The microphone there was set by for Lizzie's and Diane's really little dainty voice. She didn't set it for foghorn or turn it down, so
sorry about the crackle.
A bit
guys,
crackly. Yeah. Right, everyone, John, you can put your volume back up again now. It's back down to talking. Happy?
Yes, I am happy. Celebrations are my top choice. Celebrations or Heroes very close.
Yeah, celebrations are like that. Happy, Jessie?
No.
No, not really, but you still like them, don't you?
Yeah.
So there we go.
Hopefully you're happy, and keep your comments coming in, because that's the great part of Christmas for all that, isn't it? Here, and what everyone thinks, sharing our comments. That's great. So next time we'll be doing one more of these on the 20th of December. And we're going to be looking at Christmassy puddings. So, probably.
Yes. There'll be a lot of dribbling on the next episode of this. But I think, Liz, we've got to really just take in that for this festive time of the year, church, let's just remember that we are united by Christmas. See you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Christmas roulette, Christmas roulette. Spin the spinner, which one will you get? Christmas roulette.